I tried to create our partners, but it was all weird. It was so intrusive. I tried to create myself a partner selection for Chrono Odyssey, but it was really weird. Like they wanted me to give them access to my actual account. Like I had to like give them like the ability to log into my YouTube account or something. It was or like share my account in a way that they could actually log in. It was really weird. I found it very intrusive, so I just decided not to allow that accessibility. I don't think so. I mean, it's just really bizarre. I like how Amazon does it. I mean, Amazon, you just basically create an account with Amazon and give them your information. Amazon's really laid, like Amazon Game Studios is really cool. I like really laid back on how they do kind of like a partner program for their games, which I really appreciate. So, and I need to go to Starwind. Yes, what's up, boss? Yeah, I went to bed around 10. I've been burning the midnight oil. You know, I've been working so much for work. My boss probably thinks I didn't get my work done, but he doesn't realize that I'm gonna probably log in to work in about, I don't know, around 6 a.m. or 7 a.m. and finish up what I was working on and check my code in. But yeah.
Well met.
It's all good. What is this, level 45?
Be careful.
I needed the trainer. Hey, what's up, John? Yeah, it's not a Korean game, but yeah, I mean Korean developers, I think, but they're not like NC Software, one of the really bizarre companies. But it was weird. Like when you try to, like if you go here, like I'll show you guys. It's I think it was weird when I tried to set up the partner program, and then maybe it's not here anymore. English. Let's see here to become a partner was very strange. Like apply as a partner. Like Cacao. And you can see last logged in, so I've logged in with my Cacao login pretty recently. I want to say it. Here, give me 1 second. Let's see. Cacao, cacao, cacao. Cacao, cacao. All right. Like you would just think it would be simple, you know, like most applications. But it is Cacao, right? Welcome to the Chrono Odyssey Partners. As a partner. See, please connect your channels. This is the problem that I thought was weird. Like when I connect, it was like weird. This is the part that freaked me out was this. KG Partners wants to access your Google. When you allow KG Partners, KG Partners will be able to view your YouTube account, view your videos and playlists, view your YouTube activity, but it felt like it was more than this. It felt like it was giving them, you had a rough morning, sorry, Valsa, you had a rough morning. It felt like it was more than just view your account. Like if you say continue, like, oh, it looked like, okay, let's see. Enter basic info. Okay, this is a little different. Maybe it was like screwed up initially. Let's see what happens. Okay, let's see what happens. I'm gonna see if this works without supplying them, like, because I don't care if they view my account. Let's see, Facebook. What's with my email? Oh, I've been invited to a new feature in YouTube. Blah blah blah. Blah 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 blah. Hold on one second. Cacao Partners. 894-117. 417. Verify. Verification completed. Maybe it's this because when I tried and then see next. Okay, this doesn't look bad. It could be that when they initially had this set up, it was different. Let's see what genres of games you play. I do multiplayer, playing. If you run a channel, streaming. Content videos, post creating videos, game tips. Trying to see me use YouTube. Please let us know in current language. English. How often do you stream? I don't know. How many times per week? I don't know. Say. What kind of benefits do you expect from exposure, testing, game creation, content creation support, community event participation. I love MMOs and have playing them since Lineage 2. Please enter your channel introduction in the partner card. So yeah, this is definitely different than it was before. Before they were having me like actually give them like some sort of like I gave them like direct access to my YouTube. It was weird. So I think most like what it was is it wasn't set up correctly. Now I'm kind of bummed if this is all it is because I would have requested access. I probably won't become a partner because I don't have like an official website. I don't have an official like, you know, Instagram account and all these other things, you know. So please enter your channel introduction in the partner card. Here, let's do this. I want to become a Cacao gaming partner. If I need an introduction that talks about my love of MMO games and it talks about that is yeah, sorry you had a bad morning. I'm a lawful fan of fantasy games world. Let's see if they can recognize. Please enter your channel introduction in the partner card. I'm not really sure. How about what is on my YouTube channel anyway, right? It's so out of date, right? Like if you go to, let's see. I love video games. We'll just use what comes right on my channel, right? We'll just pull this right off of here. Yeah, see, this is completely different. This is like completely different. When I tried this before, they were getting like really weird access to my YouTube account. So if I'd known it was like this, I would have done a long time ago. But I don't think I would get approved for the partner program. And they just, you know, because of the fact that I don't have like social media accounts like Instagram and lots of other stuff. So whatever. But yeah, sorry. Yeah, the racist Judy. I hope. I hope you. What's going on, boss? Why was your more? You not feeling well? You're back. You still in a lot of pain, probably. Yeah. It sucks if you are. We're still, my wife and I are still getting ready for the move. We've got most of our stuff packed up, which is so funny because, like I said, we have this apartment till the beginning of December, and yet on July 5th, the day after 4th of July, we're moving. We're going to be the movers are coming. The movers are going to come and grab most of our stuff, and but I'll be moving like my computer and all my guitars and all my important stuff. I'll move myself. I don't let movers touch that shit.
You need something?
Cleanse, flash of light, seal of righteousness. We don't need divine intervention. Sing of my seal of the crusader.
Go with
How much money do I have? Blessing Sarah, rank 2. Let's see, we got my rank. What else did we learn? Cleanse. We currently have Purify. What's the difference between Cleanse and Purify? I think Cleanse is better than Purify. Cleanse really costs 83 mana versus Purify. Okay. It's the same amount of mana. Removing one disease, one disease and poison effect. This one removes one poison effect, one disease, and one magic effect. So cleanse is actually better. It is better. So all we have to do is go to Purify. Cleanse me, baby. We need to cleanse Volst's pain and sicknesses off of him so that he will be better. I don't know, like, from what I've seen, Chrono Odyssey initially looks like it's going to be pretty cool. But there's a lot of bugs and stuff. It's one of those games that I think that if the developer really works hard and really listens to the feedback, that it could be really good. That it could be an excellent game. But if they don't really listen to the feedback and understand where the Western market's coming from, it might not be so good. Not just cast an exorcism, hammer, wrath on me, mercy. Yeah. Yeah. What was that one? Yeah, I guess this is fine. Let's go back. Let's go back. I mean, it's a Korean game, but it's independent developers. Chronos Odyssey is created by Chrono Game Studios, I think. Let's see. It's developed by Chrono Studio, and Chrono Studio is not a AAA studio. Yeah, I don't have it. I mean, I don't really have. I don't know. I don't know. Want to say I don't have faith in it. I don't know. I don't really have an opinion on it right now. I just don't know enough about them, or I don't know. They don't have much of a track record. I don't even like here. Chrono Studio is a game studio based in South Korea. The studio is led by industry veterans. So what welfare is. Why not have any? Oh, I got some food. Let's go. How much are these going for? Probably way too much. 10 gold each. How about mongoose? 70 gold for a stack of 5. We need to start making like. I need to like get my alchemist leveled up. Yeah, I mean, I've been watching the Discord a little bit, and I mean, it's interesting. I mean, right now there's just this whole like, you know how these people are. They're not very. I shouldn't bash. You know how people are. So if you go to the Epic community chat, there's just been a lot of discussions around, them shutting down the YouTube officially, and the main developer, K-Totes, has been very responsive here, talking to people. And then I used to talk to this guy all the time, Magic, but apparently I had some sort of a falling out with him. I don't remember what it was, but we had an argument, and I think I banned him or he banned me. I don't know what happened, but he used to come to my YouTube channel all the time and talk to me, and he seemed like a nice guy, but he did something that I can't remember what happened. He did something that pissed me off, or I did something that pissed him off, and so he doesn't talk to me anymore. I don't remember what it was, though. I even was looking through my private messages, and I couldn't even find him. I couldn't find any messages between me and him, but I used to talk to that guy all the time. Oh, no, here. Oh, so you can see like all the The direct messages I have with Magic, like there's nothing in here but just what I've said. So I don't know what happened. He deleted. I don't know. I think he banned. He has me on ignore or something. Had 4 nerves blocked, but in my neck. Napped all that in. Oh, that sucks, man. Hopefully you're not feeling. I'm telling you while I'm typing. But anyways, going back to the Discord, you can just see they're talking about, you know, I think I put a comment in here somewhere, but yeah, they're just basically, I think they're working on their own Classic Plus. Pointless debating over, and he's talking about if a cease and desist letter arrives, you guys will know. I don't think one will. I think you just have the people that aren't that familiar with, the basically how it works with private servers in Blizzard. Blizzard has tried to shut down private servers in Europe before, but they really don't have a lot of luck doing that. They can only basically send a cease and desist letter to the ISP and to the people that host the private server. And from what I understand, from what I've just seen through history, is that ISPs don't, as far as, and I'm not 100% sure on this, but ISPs in the European or ISPs outside the United States are not bound to take any action against, like they host a server, that's what they do. You pay them to host one of your servers. If you're running like some sort of code on there that Blizzard thinks you shouldn't be doing, I don't think the ISP is really going to do anything about it. I think they will send a letter, maybe somehow the letter gets sent to the people who host this, who have the server, but it's up to them to shut it down. Like Nostalgia's, for example, was served a cease and desist letter. They were not forced to shut down by Blizzard. They voluntarily shut down. That I know for a fact. They voluntarily shut down. And the reason they did that was because they supposedly had so much respect for Blizzard, because they loved the game. They loved World of Warcraft. So they voluntarily shut down because they actually, I think, wanted to get in bed with Blizzard. That's what I believe. Because if you guys remember, the Nostalgia's team actually was brought out to Irvine, California, and actually met with the Blizzard team. And I think they were doing that because they wanted to somehow be either given a job working for Blizzard, because they felt like they had done a lot as far as bot code and stuff to prevent people from botting and stuff to prevent people from doing stuff, on the server that you wouldn't want them to do, that maybe Blizzard would hire them to help manage their servers in some way. I think some of those people were actually looking for jobs. Of course, what they found out is that Blizzard's a bunch of shysters, if you guys haven't figured that out already. Blizzard brought them out there, wined and dined them, and didn't do shit for them, didn't like offer them any jobs or anything, But, I mean, it was nice of the Blizzard to pay for them, because I think Blizzard did pay for those people to fly to California, which I thought was kind of cool. I was really surprised they did that, actually. And then what Nostalgia's did is they sold, I think, the code that they'd created, basically all the code they were using to host their own version of Classic WoW or Vanilla WoW on their servers. They sold that code to, I think, Jenna and all those other shysters, and they then spawned off their own private server, which became Elysium. And so that was kind of how that code got reused for Elysium. Yeah, exactly. Turtle Ascension. I mean, I guarantee you if anybody would get a cease and desist letter or an attempt by Blizzard to shut them down, it would be Elysium. It would be Turtle WoW, Ascension, and the other one, the Wrath of the Lich King one that's been around forever. Because all of those sites make money. Like, Ascension WoW makes a shit ton of money. I know, because Ascension WoW is one of the only private servers that's actually got me to spend much money on it. Because it was actually, the way they do it, it kind of hooks you in. They're very smart in their marketing, Ascension does. So, I just don't think Ascension WoW, for me anyway, has a lot of staying power. Like, what they're selling you is kind of gimmicky, and it's cool, and it's a different way to play the game. But I think it's easy to get bored with that specific way of playing it. Whereas I think Turtle WoW is kind of selling you this kind of cool Classic Plus time thing, which I think has a lot more staying power with people that really care about creating a Classic Plus version of the game that they can play. So I think, yeah, Turtle Well sells the bags and stuff, but I think Turtle Well, like, what they offer to me has more staying power than like Ascension. And I think yeah, I mean, to me, like, they have nothing to worry about. Like, the people who want to play on Project Epic, they really don't have anything to really worry about. I mean, if you know, it's as long as the servers are hosted in Europe, and like, if you've ever seen, I mean, every time a private server tried to start that was hosted in the US, it was shut down within literally almost hours of it going up. And the reason that is because once the cease and desist goes to the ISP within the United States, they shut it down. The ISP themselves shut it down. And that's why you never see United States hosted private servers of World of Warcraft. But the reason the European ones don't get shut down is because the ISPs ignore the letters. They just like, fuck it, we don't care. We're not legally bound to do anything from a country that's based in the United States. Or basically the way, I guess the way the laws work in Europe is they're not just legally bound to do anything. Whereas in the United States, an ISP that's in the US, I think I guess the laws are just different. So. So the next, so we have two big level goals for this character based on gear, because Protection Paladin to me is all about kind of getting to key gear points. You know, Flurry X is the first one. We got there. We're level 42. We got the Flurry X. The next one is going to be the True Silver Breastplate, because it's really, really useful for giving us some extra healing. That's level 42, and then the next one after that is Uther's Light Trinket, which is also incredibly good for mitigating damage, and that's level 47. So Skullflame Shield doesn't come until way, way later, but of course it's another massive gear kind of checkpoint. I always think of leveling my Protection Paladin as just gear milestones, you know? I don't think about it so much as abilities, because most of the abilities you get on the Paladin after you've already got them after level 30. Like, if you look at like the skills on the Paladin, right, from now, like really the ones we get are just increasing the levels of things we already have. There's nothing we're going to get that we don't already have, right? The only thing maybe is really like Holy Shield, if we go down far enough to get Holy Shield. You know, but all these, these are all skills we already have, Holy Shock we won't have because it's talent based. And, you know, skills we already have. I think there is maybe a couple like auras we'll get that we don't have currently. Like Fire Resistance aura. Do I not have Fire Resistance aura already? And then but yeah, all this stuff is just, like I said, we already have most of these abilities, so. I never do the Varigans, even when I wasn't pro. I've never done that quest in my entire life. I don't. Maybe I've done it once, you know. But yeah, I never do that quest, Jane. I always think I mean, people get so excited about that. And I can see on like maybe like a hardcore server or something. I don't know. But yeah, I never worry about that. Not too much. Give me your Shadow Bolt. Maybe not. No Shadow Bolt for you. I've never had Hand of Justice on a Protection Paladin, like, ever. So I've always wanted to get Hand of Justice to see how much better it would make Prot, you know. So, but it's so hard. The drop rate on that's so shitty. Anyways, let's just continue to level up my herbalism a little bit here. And then we'll go over to probably the other zone. We can get a lot more XP killing in Airy Peak. It's funny how like when you try to pick certain herbs, it seems like they're everywhere. When your skill's not high enough, the herbs are like everywhere. Like there's like Winter's Bite like freaking everywhere, and I'm like, oh, I can't get it. My skill's not high. But once my skill gets high enough to pick Winter's Bite, then it's nowhere. It's like you don't see any of it. It's like freaking every single time, you know. It's Murphy's Law, man. Murphy's Law, baby. Mm-hmm. Sure, you run away, buddy. Here we go. It's funny because when you come over here before Flurry Axe, it's like you'll see my health drop a lot more. But now that we got Flurry Axe with life stealing on it, it's a different story. Mm-hmm. Yeah, thanks for the subscription, S. Is it S or LS? Thanks. It says thanks for subscribing, LS. Interesting. I guess we could do. I mean, we're pretty close to Scarlet Monastery. Could do the Scarlet Armory. Just to try to get the shoulders. You know? How come it doesn't show Scarlet? Is that what it is? I've out leveled it. It's amazing how much tankier I feel. Well, the shield too. Once we switch to the Black Skull shield, it's got a heavy amount of armor. But of course, the Floriax, with life stealing, is just insane. I'm thinking that she must have had that quest to talk to that person, maybe? Maybe? This area is kind of fun to level in because as a protection paladin, you just let the mobs run away, and they'll just go aggro other mobs and bring them back to you. So it like does the work for you. It like does the work for you. It's just like, yeah, go bring some more mobs over here, you know? Like I always say, man, everyone's welcome to this party. But once I get like I am only 8 levels away from leveling all the way to 60 in the exact same location. Once we hit level 50, we can go over to the graveyard over here. What's it called? And just level and just sit there all the way to 60. So what's this? What's it called? What's it called? What's it called? I can't believe I'm forgetting the name of it. Oh, right here. Chillwind Camp. Not Chillwind Camp, but the graveyard over. Sorrow Hill, I think it's called. We can go to Sorrow Hill and literally just level from 50 all the way to 60 without having to do anything. Now, there's going to be a heavy amount of people farming that area because it's super amazing. But you know, since you guys know I tend to stream like super late, and because we can layer swap, we can actually pull it off pretty well, I think. Hopefully. Do we have any more like? Like spirit, strength, protection. Yeah, we can use protection. I'm just gonna go ahead and do wisdom. I'm gonna try to regenerate mana off this guy. Bring that shit to me, man. Come on. Come on, you syndicate sentry. What you got? Lots of junk. Lots of food. This is my own personal therapist, though, guys. Whenever I got stressed out from working, because I've been working like crazy amounts of hours the last couple days, like last 5 days. This is how I de-stress. And this is Vols. This is what you need to do, Vols. You need to level a protection paladin. You need to log into WoW and just kill stuff to de-stress from all the crap you have to put up with, man. You've probably tried it though. But it does this completely relaxes me and de-stresses me, man. And you guys know I can grab my protection paladin and kill mobs all day long, baby. Just bring them. Bring the waves, the thousands, the millions. Strike them down. Holy vengeance. Just annihilate this mage. See how we do against all of these mobs. Hello, mobs. Mo Greg.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
we have an unspent talent point. Ooh, do we go with Reckoning? She'll face Reckoning. Reckoning. Oh, I see how it is. Alright, this fight's gonna be a little tricky. These damn ranged people aren't being rangy.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
I see that. Come on, come over here. Alright, fine. You want to be that way?
You were screwed.
You can't kill me. You can't kill the cute faith. The faith is too strong. You must believe. You must believe in the faith, in the Lord our God. Here, since we're gonna roll with the faith today, let's play some faithful music. What do you say? You cannot stop me. Do we have any? Let's see.
Come on, church. You called me out upon the waters, the great unknown. My feet may fail, and there I found you in the mystery, in oceans deep. My faith will stand. And I will call Come on, we sing together. You called me out upon the waters, the great unknown, a feet may fade, and there I find you in the mystery, in oceans deep. My faith will stand. Come on, you make it your prayer. And I will call upon your name, Jesus, and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, and you are mine.
So we procced only one reckoning so far. Oh well, that'll go quite a bit once we get more talent points into it.
Your grace abounds in deepest waters. Your sovereign hand will be my guide. Come on, you sing. Where feet may fail. Come on.
Come on, come on, won't stop now.
So I will call upon your name and keep my eyes above the waves. When oceans rise, my soul will rest in your embrace. For I am yours, you are
Mine. 40 elite, let's do it. This guy's got nothing on me.
Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the waters wherever you would call me. Take me deeper than my feet could ever wander, and my faith will be made stronger in the presence of. Come on, let it be your prayer. Spirit, lead me where my trust is without borders. Let me walk upon the Come on. Spirit, lead me where my trust my soul will rest in your embrace. I am yours, and you are
I need you to lift your hands heavenward one more time.
No.
Well, on
I don't want to hear the creepy cult leader. Yeah, the guy who was behind Hillsong United, he kind of had some pretty not good claims against him.
7 years old, third row pew, John 3:16. Something changed in me. Red letters coming off the page, flooding my heart with amazing grace. I knew then, I believed.
Come on, bring that shit to me, man.
And those roots run.
Everybody's welcome to this party.
Oh, I've been through some faith-shaking hard times, yeah, but nothing's gonna make me forget. Every one of those Sunday sermons, every time that crowd would sing, I could hear my Savior calling, telling me how much He loves me. No matter what the world throws at me, I know His word is true. It all started with heart stirring, spirit moving Sunday sermons. Devil gonna try and take me out of that church, but you can't take the church out of me. The devil gonna try and take me out of that church, but you can't take the church out of me. Gonna have my worries, well that's part of life. But then I think of those stories.
Thanks, Delay. Little Guild Wars 2 gameplay. If only we could weapon swap. Well, we can weapon swap, right? Let's go ahead and get it. We need to get a 2-hand weapon so we can do a little Guild Wars 2 weapon swapping, right? I know, for the Bible tells me so. Jesus loves me, ain't no doubt. So I'm gonna keep on talking about. Oh yeah, every one of those Sunday sermons, every time that crowd would sing, I could hear my Savior calling, telling me how much He loves me. No matter what the world throws at me, I know I'll make it through. All because of those heart-stirring, spirit-moving Sunday sermons. Devil gonna try and take me out of that church, but you can't take the church out of me. Devil gonna try and take me out of that church, but you can't take the church out of me. Devil gonna try and take me out of that church, but you can't take the church out of me. You were the word at the beginning. You can't stop the faith, baby. The cute faith. The Paladin of Most High.
Your hidden glory in creation, and now revealed in you are Christ. What a beautiful name it is. What a beautiful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a beautiful name it is, and nothing compares to this. What What a beautiful name it is, the name of Jesus. You didn't want heaven without us. So Jesus, you brought heaven down. My sin was great and your love was greater. What could separate us? And now, what a wonderful name it is. What a wonderful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a wonderful name it is. And nothing compares to this. What a wonderful name it is. The name of
Ooh, we got the
Jesus.
Ziggler.
What a wonderful name it
The
is.
Ziggler.
The name of Jesus.
Mhm.
Death could not hold you, and the veil tore before you. You silenced the boast of sin and grave. Heavens are
Oh, we lost one, damn it.
the praise of your glory, for you are raised to life again, and you have no rival, and you have no equal, now and forever, God, you reign, and yours is the kingdom, and yours is the glory, and yours is the name above all names. What a powerful name it is. What a powerful name it is. The name of Jesus Christ, my King. What a powerful name it is. And nothing can stand against. What a powerful name it is, the name of Jesus. You have no rival, you have no equal, and now and forever, God, you reign. Yours is the kingdom, yours is the glory, yours is the name above all names. Are you past the point of weary? Is your burden weighing heavy? Is it all too much to carry? Let me tell you about my Jesus. Do you feel that empty feeling? 'Cause shame's done all it's stealing, and you're desperate for some healing. Let me tell you about my Jesus. He makes a way where there ain't no way, rises up from an empty grave. Ain't no sinner that he can save. Let me tell you about my Jesus. His love is strong and his grace is free. And the good news is I know that he can do for you what he's done for me. Let me tell you about my Jesus, and let my Jesus change your life. Hallelujah, 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 amen, amen. Who can wipe away the tears from broken dreams and wasted years, and tell the past to disappear? Oh, let me tell you about my Jesus and all the wrong turns that you would going on to if you could. Who can work it out for your good? Let me tell you about my Jesus. He makes a way where there ain't no way, rises up from an empty grave. Ain't no sinner that he can save. Let me tell you about my Jesus. His love is strong and his grace is free. And the good news is I know that he can
It is. What's up, Hannah?
what he's done for me. Let me tell you about my Jesus.
Oh yeah, we got the Flurry X. Hallelujah! The McFlurry. It's like the McRib, huh?
Take my cross to Calvary, pay the price for all my guilty. Who would care that much about me? Let me tell you about my Jesus. Oh, he makes a way where there ain't no way, rises up from an empty grave. Ain't no sinner that he can save. Let me tell you about my Jesus. His love is strong and his grace is free. And the good news is I know that he can do for you what he's done for me. Let me tell you about my Jesus, and let my Jesus change your life. Hallelujah, 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 amen, amen. Hallelujah, 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 and let my Jesus change your life. As things start to surface and tears come on down, the scars of a childhood in a small town, the hurt she pushed inward is starting to show. Now she'll do some talking, but he'll never know. Tables turn now, with a child of her own, but she's blind to the difference. What's taught is what's known.
I'm throwing the ice cream at the I don't know, maybe. I don't know. I don't really eat fast food that much.
Stripped of the trust.
Jeez, right there. Oh, he's like super high level. I don't think we're gonna have much of a chance against this high level. I don't know. We got no manas. Yes, well knows. Oh. Come on, girl. Oh no, ice block. Oh no, 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 no. No! Oh! I wonder what level they were. I almost took out that mage and they're like a skull. Look at that. They're a skull to me and I almost took him out. She's probably getting a little worried, man. She's like, what the fuck? That was funny. If I only would have had more mana. Oh well. That mage was getting nervous though. It's a long run back. I think that person was, I was on layer 3, that person was herbing, so I do want to switch. See if we can get some more herbs. I need to go repair my gear too. Yeah, I think that mage was just looking for herbs. That's why she went for the same herb I was going. Oh, and look, and then there she is again. Oh no, that's a different mage. I think. Oh shit, my herbs on. Come back. Herbs. What does that mean? Why is it vibrating? Where's codes? I think she's got me blocked. I think Magic has me blocked. Yeah, definitely.
I could deceive you. If you were here,
225. I need to go do my first aid quest.
would you suspect my emotion wandering? Yeah, not want to part this anymore. Rainwater drips through the crack in the ceiling. I'll have to spend my time on repair. Just like the rain, I'll be always falling, yeah. Only to rise and fall again. If you were here, I could deceive you. If you were here, you would believe. Would you suspect my emotion wandering? Yeah, and not want to part in this anymore.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye. You can kiss your ass goodbye.
$30, wow. $230 for Sungrass.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Rank 3 seal. Am I using? I God, I hope not. I hope not. You mean Seal of? You say SOC though. Seal of Crusader. I'm not using Seal of Crusader. Let's see. What are we using? We're using rank 6 Seal of Righteousness. No, it's rank. We're using rank 6 Seal of Righteousness. We don't. I don't even have Seal Command. This is a protection paladin. We don't have Seal Command. We're not doing like rep prot. This is straight hardcore prot. Yeah, Seal of Righteousness, we're using rank 6. Yeah, if I was using the rank 3, I'd be kind of pissed off. Hey, JP, how's it going, man? How you doing? I'm just debating on whether we want to... I would prefer to get like a dungeon, but that's kind of late. I gotta go to bed pretty soon anyway, so. See if we can grab a few more. Yeah, I'm streaming for a little bit. And then I gotta work a little bit at some point. Yes, we hit 42, so we got the Flurry Axe, yep. You gotta have the Flurry Axe, man. There really isn't a wet next weapon after Flurry. For protection, we'll be rocking it for quite a while, like all the way to 60. I mean, really, like, I mean, honestly, I rock Flurry all the way to 60. It would have to be some sort of like a raid-based item, which, you know, I don't really do much raiding, so that's probably not going to happen, right?
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Yeah, it's because my seal didn't land. We'll get Flurry Axe, we'll get Skull Flame Shield, we'll be good. I mean, really the Flurry Axe is our best weapon, just simply because we're not really concerned about, it's not our weapon damage that does most. I mean, it's nice to have a weapon that does a lot of damage, obviously, but it's not really our weapon that's, you know, we're pushing most of our damage from reflection-based damage and from, you know, obviously Consecration, Retribution Aura, you know, Holy Shield, Blessing of Sanctuary, Oil of Immolation, Shield Spike, Dragon Breath Chili, Lightning Shield, you know, all those different things are going to be our sources of damage. We're not really too concerned about our weapon. I mean, it would be nice to get a better weapon, but we're just going to be trying to rock probably the Flurry Axe and the Skullflame Shield until Burning Crusade comes out, I would imagine. you know, and then we'll upgrade to something else. We'll get the Sporgar shield, which is a really good shield for protection Paladin, and I don't remember what weapon we'll be rocking in TBC. I don't really remember. It's been too long since I played TBC, so wait and see. But I'm sure there's plenty of options in the Burning Crusade. That's one of the cool things about the Burning Crusade is they have a lot more options gear-wise.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You were screwed.
Because my keeps not landing.
You were screwed.
I have a very weird sleep pattern. Well, it's because I've been working a lot lately, so. But yeah, my wife always yells at me because my sleep is all fucked up. How you doing, SL? My neck injections sound terrible. Neck injection? What are you talking about? Neck injections? What? Neck injections? You must be thinking of somebody else. Oh. Oh, you must have been reading the Discord. Yeah, yeah. Yeah, he did those injections to kill the nerve. He's getting Nawals has had a raw deal, man, in his life, you know. He's got all kinds of problems with his nerves. It was causing a lot. And I would, yeah, I mean, that would be, I mean, I don't know, maybe his doctor can prescribe like cocaine or something. I mean, I was seriously, it's so bad. Maybe he's on, I'm sure he can get medicinal, and I'm not a pot smoker, and I don't really condone smoking pot. I think pot's kind of stupid, but there are applications where it's useful, and one of those applications certainly would be pain management. If you have something like that, I'm sure you could get a medicinal prescription where you could go and, you know, get some weed, whatever. Yeah, exactly. Stuff to help ease the pain. And I'm not really sure how good pot is at managing pain. I mean, personally, I'd rather just have some cocaine myself. Just give me some coke, man. It's a lot better at managing pain. The problem with cocaine is it just doesn't last very long. So. It's kind of like Keith Richards said. People were like, well, how, you know, Keith Richards like, how are you still alive? You've done so many drugs. He's like, well, I had enough money to where I could actually buy real cocaine, you know, because most cocaine's cut with stuff, right? But if you have enough money, if you're rich enough, then you can buy more pure-based cocaine. It's actually, if you take it in the correct doses, it's not going to be as bad for you physically, but the reason cocaine is really bad for most people is they're buying the crap that's cut with all kinds of really awful chemicals. They cut cocaine with a lot of really nasty stuff that's just I mean, some of it's like poison, basically. It's almost like rat poison you're putting in your body. But yeah, that's what, if I was like in Val's situation, I'd be like, oh my god, somebody give me some drugs, because I wouldn't want to have to deal, you know, with that pain. Oh yeah, your grandma is so sweet. I don't know. She's like field marshal. She still has like 2 weeks of grinding, and I'm just not even bothering with it because I don't think I'm really going to be playing on that server. I just don't think I'm going to be playing on the PvE realm anymore. You know, I decided that, for streaming purposes, the PvP server is just a better server to stream off of, and the population's a little bit higher. So yeah. So sadly, we probably won't get Grand Marshal on Shiro, not unless because it's like 2 weeks. I have 2 more weeks of grinding to get it. But congrats on your Grand Marshal. That's awesome. Yeah, I mean, maybe we'll. I don't know. I mean, I've got a hunter here, so we can start the grind again. We can start the PvP grind all over again. It'll be a lot harder to do it now that most people have already got it, which is because there's going to be a lot less people queuing for the battlegrounds, but there should still be quite a few, I would imagine.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
What's the Frontier 2 guild? I'm not familiar with that. I know, one of my friends is in the guild Nevermind. I think it's the same guild that Cargos is in. But
You were screwed.
yeah, but isn't Frontier, is that... I don't really care for... I'm not gonna lie, I don't really care for... I like Grays. I think Grays... Ambi's guild is Frontier 2. What server is it on, though? Is it on this server? I don't think it's on this server. That's a hardcore guild. Yeah, they're doing that Frontier 2 event. Maybe, I think... So what server is it on? Is it Alliance or is it Horde? And is it going to be, what is there, Skull Rock? And what's the other one? What's the other one? Skull Rock. I'm trying to remember what the hardcore servers are. It's been a while since I played them. Been a few months. Starts tomorrow. Yeah, I mean, it could be cool. I mean, I love hardcore. I don't know what I would play. I probably would do a Melee Hunter. Just because Melee Hunter's really fun. I love Melee Hunter. So which server, though? If is it gonna be... I'm assuming it's gonna be... Yeah, let me know. I'm assuming it's gonna... Well, I can probably figure it out, but yeah, definitely let me know. See. Anniversary Hardcore Realm. Anniversary Hardcore Realm Alliance. Should be, let's see, level system 45. Is it Doomhow, JP? That's what I was wondering. Because I played on Doomhow. I just want to see who I have on Doomhow currently. how's it gonna work? I mean, I'm obviously they're doing like some sort of, I don't really know their social media stuff. I don't really know Ampy that much. I only have seen him in a stream with Cargos, and he seemed super nerdy, like over the top nerdy. No world buffs. People playing hard classic are people who have too much time. Yeah, that's why I don't usually do. That's why I don't do a lot of that stuff, because they do the stupid applications and it's too elitist, you know. I always find that like some of that's the community-based stuff is too, with those guys, with those people specifically, with Ampy and those guys, it becomes kind of elitist. Like when they were doing the classic WoW hardcore Discord, remember? Like I leveled a character to 60 in hardcore, and they wouldn't even let me in their guild because I was running a melee hunter, and they're like, "Oh, we don't take meme specs." You know, and I was like, "Oh, it's fucking your loss then." They're just too like elitist in my opinion a lot of times. And Cargos is like, I've lost, you know, Cargos is like a pretty nice person, but I don't know, I don't really know him personally. He seems like a nice guy, but there's all these red flags around Cargos, and I'm not gonna say that he's a bad person or anything, but there are definitely a lot of red flags around Cargos, you know. So now he's going through a divorce, which just makes me wonder, you know. Whenever somebody goes through a divorce, you wonder why, you know what I mean? You always wonder, are they like cheating on their wife? You know, what's going on? The fact that he's like putting pictures of him shirtless all the time, getting tattoos, you know, is there like a huge ego problem going on here? You know what I mean? Yeah, let me know. But I mean, generally, all my discussions with Cargos, he's always been really nice. I've always thought he seemed like a pretty nice guy, but you never know. You know, I try. You know, I try my best not to judge people, but you know how it is. It's hard. You know, but you just wonder. You know, you wonder when. You know, you just wonder. You know, and like if you go to Instagram or something, right? And I don't know who Casimir is, but if you go to Instagram and you search for Cargos. I don't even know. Let's see over here. I think if we just do Cargos Instagram, right? You know, oh, here you go, Cargos. So, and it was the one person comes to my stream, and then you see like these types of videos, man. You know, he's always like shirtless, and I don't know why he wears these dang tank. I can't stand these tank tops. Yeah.
We're out here at Wake Island Water Park, just west of Roseville. Check it out, my guys.
Check it out,
Floating
my
pickleball, the
guys.
first of its kind in the U.S. We're out here today. It's blistering hot, 104 degrees. Loving life though. We got fresh watermelon. We got a.
But you know, you know, like when I was younger, I was a big tennis player. I was like a really good tennis player. Like I mean, really good. I was very skilled, very good tennis player. I won tennis tournaments, you know, when I was younger, and I used to play tennis about 4 to 6 hours a day, every single day. I was very big into it. In fact, so much so that my mom even offered to send me to Nick Bollettieri Tennis Academy when I was about 15 years old. And I told her at the time, my mom, we were really poor, and I said to my mom, I said, I'm not gonna take what little money we have to send me off to Bollettieri Tennis Academy. And we can't, because I was too short. I'm like 5'9". I was like, and that was back then when there were more short players in the professional tour. You know, today it's a lot more. You don't see it as much, and everybody's so tall in the professional tour now, and of course with the rackets and the power. But I said to my mom, I said, I'm 15. I said, I'm too old to try to go down the professional tennis path. And I said, I'm also too short. I said, if I was 6'2", because I could already serve over 100 miles an hour. I was 5'9". I still hit my serve over 100 miles an hour. And I was a really good tennis player. And I love tennis. Like I eat, slept, drank tennis. Like that's, that's all I did, you know. But so I was a really good athlete, but I was never arrogant about it. I was never like, and I don't know what it would, because we didn't really have social media back then. But I can guarantee you, I wouldn't have been putting up posts on Instagram, shirtless with tattoos, and that wouldn't have been me. That's just not my personality. I'm not like that. So, like, I'm actually, in fact, I was really like laid back as a younger guy, and like I was, I never thought of myself as a good looking guy, but I apparently I am a good looking guy. I never thought of myself that much as like, oh, I'm like this good looking guy, Let's see. That just was, again, that wasn't really my personality. Let's see if I can show you a photo. Let's see. This is a really old picture, but here's a picture of like me. This is back when I was like playing tennis still. This is when I was probably like, like 18 or something. But I mean, look at my waist. I mean, look how skinny, how thin I was. But this is back when I was playing. You can see I'm very tan. This is my mom. But I never thought of myself as like a good-looking guy. I just thought of myself as just a guy, But I wasn't arrogant, And so when I see people today, like Cargos with all his tattoos and posting himself shirtless and all that, that just isn't my personality, But the fact that he's getting divorced and he just had a kid, like what? Like he just had a kid, like what? Like wasn't it like a year ago? I mean, remember we were doing the Deviant Delight event, and it was on that event where his wife went into labor. And her water broke, and he had to like step away from them in the middle of the PvP event because her water broke. So, it's very sad that he's got 2 kids and he's going through a divorce. So, like I said, I'm trying not to judge the guy, but you always wonder. I consider myself a pretty smart individual when it comes to like reading people and when it comes to kind of seeing personalities. And I definitely feel like there's some shenanigans going on there, with him doing all the sports, and he's going to be around a lot of pretty girls, and I'm just saying there's probably a good possibility that there is some shenanigans going on, but it could be, maybe not. But when you see him streaming lately, he looks a little bit haggard. People can put up a front and say like, oh, it is what it is, going through divorce. Our lives are changed. We're going in different directions. But I've been there. I was married and had a divorce a long time ago. And I know what it's like to go through divorce. And it ain't fun, right? It's not fun. So you don't wish... I used to say I don't wish divorce on anybody, because divorce can be really hell. So who knows? Like I said, I've always thought Cargo seemed like a pretty good guy. So I'm trying hard not to judge people. But it is sad that when you have those kids, and that when you have kids like that. So I wish the best for him, of course, and I wish the best for anybody. And but yeah, as far as like doing that event, I mean, if they've already closed applications, it's like I just get a little bit frustrated with that kind of stuff, because it always feels like a little bit elitist. Like because if you look at, for example, when they did, like, I was really excited when they did the Road to Ragnaros. Remember back when they did the Road to Ragnaros, and that was like a community-based hardcore event where everybody leveled to 60, and the whole idea was they were going to raid, Molten Core and as a hardcore guild. And it was the first time that anyone had ever really tried to raid Molten Core. This is before hardcore officially was even, like, hardcore servers didn't even exist, I don't think, at this time. This was still all using the community add-on, the community hardcore add-on. And I was all excited to like level up a character and do the hardcore stuff. And I tried to get into, I think, the guild. I don't think I ever got in the guild. The videos they put out advertising for the Road to Ragnaros was all about like, we know not everybody's going to be raiders, but we want it to be a community thing, and people can help out. They can like help with consumables. And it never really panned out the way they explained it. They explained it as in like they were really going to make it a community-based event, but it never really became a community-based event. It really just became, once again, and if you guys have been around this community long enough, you know what I'm talking about. It became more of a streamer event. Let's be honest. Same thing with hardcore, the classic hardcore guild. Same thing. I mean, I even like applied for some other guild once that was, and I was told, oh, you can't get in just because you're not, like, I think it was OnlyFans. I think I just jokingly, I said, well, I'll try to see if I can get an OnlyFans, and I was immediately declined because I wasn't a big enough streamer. It's that kind of stuff that I find really just annoying. You know what I mean? Because it's all like buddy buddy. It's that old like, it's all like the old buddy system. Like, oh, you have to be a big streamer unless you're like close friends with someone. You could be nobody, but because you're close friends with someone who's in the guild, then you're in. It's just the whole buddy system and shit. And I just felt like all that kind of stuff felt just not very. I don't know. It just didn't have a good feeling about it. So when you talk about like Ampi, who I don't know personally, but he seems incredibly nerdy. Not that I'm not nerdy. I mean, I'm kind of nerdy, I guess, sort of. I never think of myself as really nerdy. I think of myself as more of, I don't really want to say an intellectual, but I think of myself as more of just an average, everyday guy. Like I was a very, very, I was a very good athlete growing up. I was very smart. I was good in class. And I'm a software developer by trade. I was always good at everything I ever did. I was a good artist. I was good at, if I tried to be good at something, I was always good at it, but I always tried to be humble about it, I mean, there's times when you get arrogant only because out of like almost like an anger defense mechanism where you feel like you've spent a lot of time to get good at something, but nobody wants to recognize it. And so sometimes you get a little bit pissed off about it. You know what I mean? To a degree, you're like, well, I put my time in. I should get a little bit more respect than I'm getting. So sometimes that happens, and I fall victim to that too because you just get frustrated. Yeah. Yeah, I mean, you see, but yeah, so like I said, I don't know anything about Cargos. I just know personally, I'm just not an idiot. I'm a very smart person, and just to see Cargos running around, drinking and being drunk and getting tattoos and hanging around all these athletic people, I kind of feel like maybe there's something happened, like cheating type mechanic. But hopefully not. Hopefully that's not the case. Hopefully it's just like what he said. Life's going different directions, and especially when you get married at a young age. But Cargos is a very different person than me. I don't think I would really. Not sure I would really get along with him in real life. I don't think we'd be best buds. Let's just put it that way. Because his way of presenting himself is a little bit too, in my opinion, too arrogant than what I actually don't have a lot of friends in real life because I'm really private. Like I'm really like, I like to do my own thing. I'm very stubborn and I like to do my own thing. I like to do what I want to do. And my wife is pretty much the same way as me. So we argue all the time, not in a bad way, but we bump heads a lot because she's really stubborn and I'm really stubborn. And she likes to do her stuff her way and I like to do my stuff my way. So that's where we butt heads sometimes. But I think that's also why we get along so well because we understand each other, because we are so similar. But yeah, my best friends in life are the people that don't need you to be there all the time. They just they respect you as who you are. And they're there when you need them to be there, but that you don't have to talk to them very often. Like I have a friend, my only friend in Florida that I really consider a close friend is I haven't talked to him in months or even probably a year. But I just know that if I ever needed anything from him, I could reach out to him and he would be there for me. And to me, that's a friend, Someone you haven't even talked to the person in years, but if I went and say, hey, I'm in a bad situation, I need like $1,000 or something, he'd probably be like, okay, here you go. You know what I mean? Because he's just that good of a person, And vice versa, if he was ever in trouble and needed something from me, I would, of course, I help him out in a heartbeat because I know he's a good person. You know what I mean? So, he was furious he had to leave the. Was he? Yeah, I don't. Is it really a problem? I don't know. I don't know if I see it. Hey, Luca, what's up? I don't know if I see it. I'm not sure. I mean, I don't see a problem. I just feel like. I guess it's not a problem because I really don't. I guess it's not really a problem. And I'm not really talking about Ampy's event, Ampy, whatever the fuck his name is. I was talking more about the hardcore. Like the hardcore became really elitist. Like the hardcore guild, it was like doing guild events. they like were very elitist. They were only like letting people in that were pretty much friends of friends, and they didn't want anybody who they didn't really know. It was pretty elitist. Let's just put it that way. And I just don't like it when gaming community events in World of Warcraft become more about promoting just streamers and them stroking. I don't like it when it becomes them just stroking their own egos. And I hate to say it, but a lot of times it feels like that's what a lot of those events are, is them just stroking their own egos, So. And I've said it many times before, and I'll continue to say it, is that I dream of a day when I don't have to play World of Warcraft anymore. I don't want to play World of Warcraft, right? Like, I play it because I like it. I've played it ever since beta in 2004 because it's a good game. But I would much rather play a new MMO, that's fun, and new, because it'd be exciting, to play something that's different, and so, that's my dream, is that somebody comes out with a really good MMO that I can sink my teeth into. I don't want to continue, you know, So I say that all the time, and the problem is we keep getting these new MMOs, but they're just not any good. And the one thing about WoW that's good is the vanilla WoW is still really fun. It's fun. And it's relaxing. I enjoy playing it. I find it very relaxing. But let's take out Doomhammer. Or Doomhowl. So Doomhowl here, I've got 2 characters. Yeah, I think so too, Luca. Yeah, I think so. And there's certain streamers that through the years that my feelings towards them have changed a lot. Like, I didn't like them, or I didn't like them, and yeah. Yeah, I mean, I stream on YouTube. I don't really stream on Twitch. Like, if I streamed on Twitch, who knows? I mean, I'm sure if I streamed on Twitch, like, if I had always streamed on Twitch, all the years I've streamed on YouTube, if all of that time was spent streaming on Twitch, I guarantee you I would have a lot more people who know who I am, just because more people through the years have gone to Twitch to search for WoW content. I mean, I think nowadays people do go to YouTube more, but if you go back like 8-9 years, for sure, yeah. I tried. I actually did create a Twitch. I just wasn't real good. Maybe I'm getting old or something, but I wasn't real good with with using Twitch. I did stream on there once or twice. You see, I've got a channel here called. I couldn't get caffeine injected because it was already taken. I just created I'm caffeine injected, which I felt like I guess that's okay. Yeah, some people use both, but the thing is, I'm lazy. The problem is I'm really lazy. This is a problem throughout my entire life, and I've been really lucky in that I've been able to have a good career as a programmer. But one of my biggest negative aspects of my personality is that I can be really lazy, and entitled. I can feel like I should get certain things because I'm a good person, which is a dumb way to think, right? So those are like my worst personality issues that I have, is that I feel like I deserve to have better things because I'm a good person, like I'm a nice person, which doesn't make any sense at all, to be honest. It makes no sense, right? Yeah. Well, I've found that streaming on YouTube is super easy. Like, streaming on YouTube is so easy. I don't even how do I I don't even know how to stream on Twitch now. It's been so long. I mean, really, it's all set up through through OBS, right? Like, if I go into OBS, it's just like I just go into my streaming software and point to where my channel is. I say, okay, my main ingest, whatever it's called, is YouTube, or it's Twitch, and then I go to Twitch. Like for YouTube, it's super simple, right? Like, you go to YouTube, you go to my channel, right? And it's so simple. I just go to stream, right? Like, create, go live. I just go to go live. you know, and I'm already currently live, but I go live, and then it's going to wait for me just to go to my streaming software and start it up. And once I start up my streaming software, since it's already configured, my stream is just going to fire up and start streaming. It's pretty much the same probably for Twitch. I just haven't done it in a long time. You know, I just haven't done it in a long time. But do I have a new Twitch follower? Hey, I have 38 followers. I don't even know who they are. But like I said, I haven't used Twitch in so long. You know? So I don't even know how to stream. I mean, it wouldn't take me long. I would just probably watch a video on how to stream on Twitch again. It'd take me like 20 minutes to figure out how to, you know, fire up my stream probably. I currently use OBS. So, but I also use Stream Elements. So this is what I use is Stream Elements. So I would just connect here, right? And I would log into, and I would just log in and connect with Twitch, right? And then I would just log in with Twitch. But yeah, we connect my Stream Elements to that. Let's see, Stream Elements. I think. All right, so I can just go into Stream Elements, right? You know, and here's my Stream Elements set up for YouTube, right? I've got 3 new subscribers in the last 6 days, or in that date range, right? Revenue history. I don't make a lot of money, right? Those get sponsored. So you can see I spend like very little effort trying to promote myself. You know? I mean, I've done pretty good for myself considering that I spend like no effort. Go live tomorrow and put myself in the wild category. Yeah. Yeah, I know who you are close to the beach. Yeah, I should stream on Twitch. But I should set it up so that I think because you can set it where you can stream on both at the same time, I believe. You know, I am moving. Remember, I am moving on July 5th. So I'm definitely going to be down for probably about I don't know, probably like a week maybe. You know? Yeah, I don't have, when it comes to YouTube, I have one identity. I don't like my Twitch name, like, but, you know, like, people know me, like, you know, people know me as Caffeine Injected. That's weird that they're, like, signing me out suddenly, but, so I don't know. I mean, that's what I have. I would love to rebrand myself, to be honest, and come up with because the Caffeine Injected name wasn't something I created to be a streamer. That was just when I created my YouTube account, like way back when, like, I don't know, back in 2010 or something. I don't know. It just wanted me to give it a name, like an ID or something. And I just said, oh, I couldn't think of anything. And I said, well, I drink a lot of caffeine, so I'm injected with caffeine a lot. So I guess I'll just call myself Caffeine Injected. That's basically how I came up with the name. And it just has been that way. You know, that was my name on YouTube. So when I started streaming on YouTube, that's just who I was. But honestly, and it's not a bad name, I guess. It could be worse. At least I'm like something stupid like Harry Balls or something. Like, you know. So you thought you were so clever, yeah. So. Anyway, so on Doomhow, like, if I did want to go in as good a name as any, yeah. No, Cafe, no, I haven't tried. But here's the characters I have on Doomhow on this account. And remember, this is my Gray Gear Only Warrior, which was a pain in the ass. Well, this isn't the main one, though. So this is not my main Doomhow account, so that's cool. So the account we're playing on right here with this one is the same account that has my my main Doomhowl characters, I believe. So let's go to Doomhowl. Yeah, 3 characters. Now I've pulled a lot of the characters off, so yeah, so because I wasn't playing on Doomhowl anymore, Doomhowl gave me free transfers, right? Doomhowl gave me free transfers to Dream Scythe. So if we go back, shit. Actually, this isn't going to work because we already logged out into my other account, I think. Yeah. I have such sex. Yeah, my wife gets mad about that. My wife doesn't like that. She thinks, she's like, why? Put some clothes on. And I'm like, well, that's just the way these characters, that's just the way the armor is. Blame Blizzard, don't blame me, right? But all right, so what I was trying to say though was this character here. I'm pretty sure that, well, I gotta go to Night Slayer, not Night Slayer, Dream Scythe. Remember that you could take your Doomhowl characters and transfer them to Dream Scythe, right, for free. So pretty sure maybe, I don't know, maybe this one came from Doomhowl. I know this one 100% came from Doomhowl. I had this character on the Doomhowl Hardcore, and I just transferred it over because nobody was playing. Nobody was playing on the Doomhowl anymore. Like, the server was pretty much dead. So I transferred this character here. I don't know if I transferred this from Doomhowl or not, but I definitely know this one I did. So I probably transferred this one over from Doomhowl as well. I mean, maybe. Yes, but Doomhowl does have my highest level hardcore character is this one, and this is a gray gear only warrior. Like, I've leveled this character wearing only gray gear, and it is a bitch, by the way. Like, if you've ever tried this, it's incredibly difficult. Like, what level am I? I'm currently level 39. Like, if I was to go out here just to try to kill, like, a level 40 Scorpion, it would be not easy, okay? Like, it would not be easy. Like, I wouldn't want to. I would probably die. So, let's go to...
What can I do for you? Keep your feet on the ground.
Yeah, this is hardcore warrior wearing only gray gear. And the interesting part about gray gear in WoW is that there's so few gray gear. There's not a lot of gray gear. In fact, it's so few that I mapped it out. You know, I did the research. I don't know it. Let's see. Yeah, I don't see it here, but I actually have a document. I don't know where I would have put it though. It's on my hard drive somewhere where it just lists out all the gray gear. Let's see. Yeah, I have no idea where it is. No idea. Yeah. Who knows? Now, what was that, Luca? You've never played the hardcore faction? No way I would ever level up hardcore. Yeah, I mean this character obviously can't use can't use the the auction house. So, but let me see if I can. I don't want to get myself killed here, but so what this character does do, the one thing I did allow this character to do was buy scrolls from the scroll vendor. And honestly, if I didn't have the scrolls from the scroll vendor, that would have made this like way more difficult. The problem that people don't realize is that a lot of your health comes from your gear. Like if you don't have any green gear, you don't have any stats. So I'm level 39 and my health is 1229. That's ridiculous. That's like insanely low. Like normally at level 30, like remember my Paladin that I was just playing had around 2500 health at level 42. So more than double my health, right? But that most of your health comes from your gear. So now killing a turtle is probably going to be really not a good idea because level are they? 36. Like here's a level 36. This turtle would probably kill me. Like let's see. We'll try to kill this turtle, but there's a good chance I'll have to run away. Just even though it's green to me. So let's find out. We're gonna get a food buff going. And we'll just do that. And look at my health is already dropping. Now I don't know if I have other. I may here.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
So we killed the turtle. All right. We killed the turtle, but I mean it took off like a lot of my health. But if I went back to hardcore, I probably would play this character because this is a really interesting challenge that I put out for myself. It's really, really difficult, like insanely difficult actually. I've almost died on this character like a lot of times. I didn't realize I was a Skinner. I also have a really interesting weak ore here that shows what weapons I'm using. Let's see. Like we've got our mace and shield, we've got our dual wield, and then I don't think we have a two-hand weapon. So let's. Normally I would want to charge in, but we'll try fighting this mob without charging. I haven't played this character in a long time, so I'm trying to remember. Like, definitely gonna want to like sunder the heck out of a turtle. You can see I'm having trouble just getting rage built.
You can kiss your ass goodbye. You were screwed.
Yeah, really struggling to generate rage on this character. So, where's my food at? It's not even on my bar. That's using a different keybind. Yep, a Skinner for sure. Remember that one ill-fated respect to maces? No. Oh yeah. And that's actually not my weak aura. That's actually set up in MSBT. So in MSBT, once my health, I have multiple health warnings in hardcore that I set up, right? So one of them is you are screwed. One is dying, and then there's even another one. There's low health, right? So low health.
You can kiss your ass goodbye.
Then there's then there's lower health, which is let's see. Then there's lower health than that.
You were screwed.
And then there's, oh my god, you're about to die. And that's this one. So when that plays, I know my health is really low. This one's 37, so yeah. But what you want to do when you're doing a Grey Gear warrior is, or any Grey Gear character is, you're gonna want to kill mobs that are really green. Definitely gonna want to go for the green mobs. So, but it's definitely an interesting challenge. Super difficult. So, why are the colors so? I feel like they're not very vibrant here for some reason. Maybe that's just Dustwallow Marsh. But the cool thing about doing the Grey Gear challenge is when you get certain great items, you're stoked. I mean, you were like, when I got this shield, I was over the moon because this is a very, some of these items are. The interesting part about Grey Gear is it doesn't drop very commonly from regular mobs. Elite mobs, yes. Like elite mobs, if you ever do elite dungeons like Scarlet Monastery, whatever, you'll notice that they drop a lot of gray items. But if you fight regular mobs, they don't. They don't drop a lot of Grey Gear. In fact, it's pretty rare. So getting Grey Gear drops is actually a big challenge. It's actually a big challenge. So when you do get them, you're pretty excited about it. So, but yeah, if I wanted to go back and play on Doomhow, I would probably just play this character. She's level 39, and it took forever. Like if you get the slash played, I've already played this character 7 days, and I'm only level 39. So getting this character to level 60 would be like it would take a while. I think it would be more fun. I agree that it would be more fun to do white. And I'll tell you, the thing is, the biggest reason I didn't do white was because you could buy white gear from vendors. And I didn't want people who were watching the stream to think that I was buying gear off of vendors. By doing Grey Gear, it 100% prevents that from happening because you can't buy Grey Gear from vendors. So the fact that I'm using Grey Gear, everybody knows that I'm only using gear that I've looted off of mobs. Plus, it's more challenging. But white gear would have made this like 10 times easier. So I was really pushing for like a really difficult challenge, and it is a very difficult. You know what I mean? It is way more challenging, and I just felt like if I was going to do white gear, why not do Grey Gear? Also, I think the one thing that was disappointing was just the lack of Grey Gear. So like you'll level from like 1 to 40, and your gear, like the skin will be identical. Like my character has looked the same, like the gloves and the shoulders and the legs and everything pretty much look the same for like 30 levels. You know what I mean? So only equipping stuff you crafted, well, that would be a lot more. Would be a lot more powerful. We could try something like that. Maybe we should. I mean, because I think this is the problem with this one is it's just so time consuming, and it's actually very boring. I mean, it's challenging, yes, but to make your character level, you pretty much have to just grind mobs because if you're doing quests, they're going to be gray quests. If you're doing quests that are even green, it's going to be really difficult, and if they're yellow, they're going to be impossible. So the fastest way to level, at least and plus, if anybody who's watched me stream knows that I love to grind mobs. I learned how to grind playing Lineage 2. And there's nothing I like better than just going out into the world and killing shit. I don't know, I enjoy it. Like I said, I find it therapeutic. So I don't have a problem grinding mobs at all. I actually like it. I don't like doing quests. I like quests if they're interesting, but most of the quests in WoW are pretty non-interesting, to be honest. Go kill this, go kill that, run here, run there. They're kind of boring. Plus, I've done most of them 1,000 times, so it's boring when you do the same thing over and over again. It's interesting that a lot of people that come watch me play on YouTube, I think they're kind of like me, and maybe it's because I think they like to play WoW like me. A lot of them, a lot of people that come to my YouTube channel say that they prefer to just grind mobs level, which is interesting. I don't get a lot of people that come. I think it's because I think people who are like using the rested XP add-on and all that bullshit, which I'm very much against, by the way, that they would never really want to watch my channel because it doesn't really I'm not leveling in any way like with how they would level. So they probably are like, why the fuck's he playing like this, Which is what I say, why the hell would I pay for some add-on that tells me, go here, go there. You know what? That's not fun. Like, I can do whatever I want. Like, every time I log in, I don't know what I'm going to do. You know what I mean? So, here, how handsome. Hey, I never said that. I never said I was handsome. I'm lying. I probably did, but let's just pretend that we did it. I didn't say that. Anyways, so I think what I would be fun. And this happens to me all the time. This happens to me all the time when I stream. I never finish things, and I think that's another reason why I lose a lot of subscribers is they get mad at me. Because they'll come and they'll start watching me play like a priest, for example, and they're like, oh, this is cool. He's leveling a priest. I like priests. I want to see how he's going to level. And then I'll get like 30 levels in, and then I'll go level the Paladin. And then I get 30 levels in on the Paladin, and I'll go level the Hunter. And it's because I get bored, And the reason I get bored is because I've played this game for 20-some years. So it's hard for me to level one character from 1 to 60 and kind of stay and feel as locked in or feel as just I can't think of the word engaged. I can't feel as engaged in a fun way the entire time because I've done it so many times. I've leveled a Paladin from 1 to 60 hundreds of times, probably. Maybe not hundreds, but a lot. I've done it a lot. So to do it straight from 1 to 60 without stopping, I always kind of get to the point where something else appeals to me. I'm like, oh, I'll go play hardcore. That sounds like fun. Or, oh, I'll go play a warlock. That sounds like fun. Or, oh, I'll go love my priest a bit, And so, which really sucks for people watching the stream because they're like, well, they want to see me finish, So, so this is what happens though, is people in the stream always bring stuff up, which gets me interested in other stuff. And because I'm so flighty, I swear I'm ADD. I'll be like, oh yeah, let me do that, and then I'll go do something else. But you guys are talking about the hardcore event, and now just logging into this grade gear only hardcore warrior, it totally makes me want to play hardcore WoW. And I will say that hardcore WoW, leveling in hardcore WoW is way more fun than leveling in non-hardcore WoW, for sure. I mean, Luca, you know that it's way more fun, because it's more challenging. I mean, you have to be really focused. You have to be like really. You have to pay attention to what you're doing. You can't just like go through the motions. Like if you're playing like on a PvE realm, it's almost laughable because you don't even care if you die. Like you don't even. Although you'll hardly ever see me die. Like I rarely die on any mode. Like the only time I die usually is to PvP or like in a dungeon or something. If people do stupid stuff in a dungeon. But yeah. Anyways, if I was gonna play on the hardcore server here, I would probably do like a challenge like that. Like you were saying, but I probably would do like I think that one that you said is really cool, Luca. The challenge where the point, in my opinion, is not to make it the most challenging. It is only self-created. It will be fun because you will constantly be looking forward to crafting. Yeah, I think that would be kind of cool. I think that would be a fun little thing. The one thing that in World of Warcraft that really sucks, and I think one of the things that could be really improved with Classic Plus would be the fact that, and I've talked about it many times, that the crafting system in WoW is really limited. You just can't craft very many things, I mean, I think it's one of the worst crafting systems of an MMO. Like, when you think about all the other MMOs that have crafting systems, almost all of them are better than World of Warcraft. And it's not that WoW's crafting is bad, it's just that you can't craft enough stuff. Like, if we look at blacksmithing and see what we can actually craft, right? It just isn't that much stuff. If we go by skill level, we can make a copper short sword, which is a level 4 sword. Well, what's the next sword we can make? The next one's a heavy broadsword, which is level 14. So we've gone from level 4 all the way to level 14, and we can't craft anything in between. That's one of the biggest problems with World of Warcraft's crafting system, is that that you just can't craft very many items. Like, for example, like a dagger. What's the first dagger we can even craft? Okay, we can craft a copper dagger, which is level 6 dagger. So we can't even craft a dagger before that. And then what's the next dagger we can craft? I think it was the copper dagger or something. This one. No, it wasn't that one. No, maybe it is that one. No, it's this one. The bronze knife. Well, that's level 15. Again, we've gone like almost 10 levels before we can craft another dagger, which doesn't make any sense, right? Now, for the challenge, for the leveling challenge, Luca, it actually works out better probably because you aren't constantly crafting items. You're kind of looking forward to that next item. I have to go to bed here in a minute, but so if we go to the next, so if we were doing leveling via crafting, we would be looking at what items can we craft, and what I would do probably is I would do a hunter, and we can only equip items that we can craft. So I would go classic WoW, and it would be leatherworking, right? And I think leatherworking has more stuff. I think more useful stuff than, they would only work for blacksmithing. Why would it only work for the limit to my idea is that it would only work for blacksmithing. Is that just because blacksmithing has so few items? Because I think that leatherworking has a lot more stuff, right? Like leatherworking, you got level 8 boots. Yeah, but I would do a hunter. That's what I'm saying. If I was going to do it, I would do a hunter. You guys know I love hunters. And I would do leatherworking. Oh, yeah, I see what you're saying, because there are no weapons. So you're saying, yeah, the gear includes weapons as well. Yeah, that would only work for blacksmithing. You're correct. You're correct. Yeah, I don't know. Like, I guess you could say, well, I think if you're going to go down that road, what I would do is I think maybe I'd go back to maybe the white challenge, the white knight or whatever. Or I think it would just probably level like if I was going to do hardcore and I was going to do a challenge, maybe I would just do like the white gear one where we could just only use white gear. And if you did white gear, I don't know if I would say that you couldn't. I guess I would say you couldn't buy white gear from a vendor because that would kind of defeat the purpose. But anyways, I don't know. Something to think about.
Can I help you? Have a good one.
I supply only the finest goods.
How much money do I get? We got 24 gold. Most of that gold just comes from grinding mobs because it looks like I'm fishing too. Let's see. Skills. Skinning 225. Oh. Tailor. Oh, I'm a tailor. Why did I go tailoring? Oh, bags. I went tailoring so I could make bags for myself. Because I couldn't buy it. Because I can't buy stuff from vendors, so... The only vendors I can buy stuff from is the food and drink and then the scrolls. So I went tailoring so I could make bags. Yeah, white gear, no vendor. Yeah. One thing that would be fun is to have a viewer hardcore guild. With guild found rules, the goal could be to clear UBRS. But you live in Eastern Europe. Oh, yeah. Yeah, that would be kind of cool. I mean, we could create a guild and do something like that. That'd be kind of fun. Yeah. I mean, that would kind of get around what I was complaining about with the streamers, how the streamers are only like doing like events where it felt like it was streamers only and, So, Yeah, but I thought this was kind of an interesting weak ore that I created that actually shows under my image here. It actually shows what weapons I have equipped. I mean, it's, you know, if I equip a shield, it shows that I've got a shield. If I equip dual wield, it was kind of a cool way for me to track like what it was equipped. Because sometimes when I'm like in combat, I would lose track of if I would swap to a shield or not. I don't know. It just plus I just thought it looked neat. But yeah, yeah, it'd be interesting. That's an interesting idea for sure. Come up with some sort of rules. But the thing is, the problem with something like that, and that's why when they did like the OnlyFangs or whatever it's called, or they actually had like I think an add-on that they ran that everybody had to run that actually prevented you from using the auction house. You know, you don't because you can't control people, right? Like if you create a rules that says you could only use white gear or something or green gear, you know what I mean? Like certain rules, you can't use the auction house. I mean, it's almost impossible to enforce that. You know, you don't know what people are doing. You're not watching them. You know what I mean? So, so I think the rules wouldn't be, you know, do I offer it for pay consultation? No, I don't really, and I don't really, other than just like kind of showing people basic stuff. Uh, I just don't have time to do that kind of stuff, to be honest. I barely have time to even play WoW anymore between all the stuff that's going on with work and moving right now is not a good time for me, but the hardcore add-on does, I believe. I don't remember if it. I don't remember if it disables the auction house. I think it does. Yeah, I think it does. I think it disables them. I think the original hardcore add-on even doesn't it even disable the mailbox. I can't remember, dude. It's been so long since I've used that one. I don't even remember. But I'm sure there's add-ons that do that. So, but it's like I said, it's been a very long time. So, but anyways, I have to go because I have to. I was gonna work, but I think I might try to get a couple hours sleep. I think I might try to get a couple hours sleep and then work. Or you fall asleep. Yeah. I did let's see. I did get an email from Cal, said my application says you apply for following details, main channel, application date. So I did apply for partner. They gave me a nickname. So my login info and my nickname is Nervous Nature with a number, which is kind of funny. Um, I doubt I will get approved as a Cacao Games partner, just because, like I said, I don't have a big social media presence. I don't have like a Instagram or any of that stuff. But who knows? Maybe I know Amazon Gaming was cool because they were really lenient on providing. You know, they like applying for like partnership with Amazon was really easy actually. Be like 20 people that played actually, that'd be very fun. Yeah, it would be cool. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, maybe. The problem is it's very difficult to focus on any one thing. Like there's so many things going on, and there's always different versions of WoW coming out all the time. There's different events, you know, just like the private server project Epoch, you know, that's coming out. There's, you know, we've got the Chrono Odyssey, but I don't know if I'm going to get into Chrono Odyssey or not. I hope I do. Maybe by applying for partnership, maybe they'll get me flagged more for the access. I don't know. Let's see. Yeah, it just says you've requested access. And I believe the Chrono Odyssey, the playtest is only like about, I think it's only like a few days away. Pretty sure. Yeah, so it's only 2 days away. Holy crap! So they're doing a playtest that starts on the 20th. That's just 2 days from now. That's Friday. So I don't know. I don't think I'll get invited because I don't have the best of luck for these types of things. But man, I certainly hope I get invited. Certainly hope I get invited. I have been invited to a new YouTube community. I'm not sure what it is, but I'm going to turn it on. Let's see. I said turn it on. I don't really know what it did. We used to have community before, but like on the phone there was like a community tab, but I don't know if it's, but then it like disappeared. Now it looks like they've turned it back on. So let me go to my phone and see. Oh yeah, it's completely different now. When I go to my phone, when I go to YouTube, my phone, there's actually a new button that says Visit Community. When I go to Visit Community, there's community settings, there's top, newest, my post, start a post. Yeah, so they definitely have a different, or definitely have some different stuff for communities now on the YouTube app on your phone. I'm just going through my email to see if, oh, you know what? Shit. I always forget my Steam account's linked to my old email. I always do this, like like I use Google for most of my email, but my Steam account is so old that it's under my old email account under Hotmail. So a lot of times I miss gaming stuff because it's going to my old email, which I hardly ever check. I need to somehow link my old email. I don't know how to do that. It'd be cool if I could link my old email to my... I wouldn't want to spam my new email with all my old email stuff, though. But that would be kind of bad. Maybe I can go into Steam and tell it to send stuff to my new email address. Okay, so I'm looking through my old email to see if I've received anything regarding Chrono Odyssey. Yeah, I don't see anything in my email regarding Chrono Odyssey, unfortunately. Nope. Well, we'll just have to keep monitoring my email over the next couple days. Well, I don't want to forward all my Hotmail emails to you because that'd be too much. You know what I mean? Like, there's so much crap I get on Hotmail. I mean, not all of it's crap, but I get a lot of email there, because I've had that email account since since 2000 or since like 1995. I've had it for a long time, right? So, but anyways, I'm gonna take off, guys. But yeah, I'm very interested to play Chrono Odyssey. Actually, I'm super interested.
Welcome in, guys. So this is my first podcast for Chrono Odyssey, and this week, every day until the closed beta launch, I'm going to be inviting guests so we could talk about Chrono Odyssey. Every single person, minus one guest on one of the days, are people or creators that have actually played the game. So, there are certain things that we cannot talk about, but there are a lot of things we can. or build into more of a dot focused
I haven't finished this video, but it's a pretty good video on all the classes and weapons in Chrono Odyssey.
DPS build. Dots, by the way, as far as we've seen, are very strong in PvP, ninja strong. Overall, the crossbow is easily the strongest solo weapon in the game at this stage, simply because it allows you to clear a lot of fights earlier, mainly because you can just kite and spam your basic.
So the one class that I want to play in Chrono Odyssey, of course, is the fighter, because you guys know I love sword and shield. I don't know how good sword and shield is. Let's see.
What's next? And SNS is exactly what you'd expect it to be. SNS is a tanking weapon that allows you to be on the front line and, well, tank or be a menace in PvP. In Chrono, SNS offers the standard tanking stuff. Damage reduction, stamina and resource gains via blocking, buffs, control, you know, the regular stuff. It even comes with self-healing elements and an oh shit button allowing you to become invulnerable. The special move for SNS is the block, which significantly reduces incoming damage and generates resource or rage when blocking incoming attacks at the cost of stamina. This, of course, can be enhanced via other skills and passives, but at a base, this is what blocking does. You can also time the block, so essentially parry attacks, giving you a counter-attack knockdown retaliation. And yes, for you PvP heads out there, in case you're wondering, blocking attacks in Chrono mean you also block CCs. For example, you can't get Greatsword grabbed if you block it. At the end of the day, SNS is for sure a tanking weapon, and my recommendation is to pair it with dual blades, at least for now. There's a lot of synergy between the two, on top of the fact that dual blades can deal some really solid damage. Overall, I think if you're into the general SNS tank role, this weapon will definitely satisfy that. Next, we have the Ranger. As a Ranger, your option...
So I'm not gonna lie, the block animation looks really weak. And just watching that video of the sword and shield looked really boring. I mean, I love sword and shield, but it just looked boring. Now, the warrior does have the dual blades, which looks way better.
Dual blades is the next option for swordsman players, and this is a weapon that was really popular during the beta test. Simply put, this weapon is the highest DPS weapon for the swordsman class. This is a faster pace, multi-hit weapon that synergizes really well with crit. Along with its damage, you have blocks, which is its special move, by the way, a parry, cooldown reductions, and even gap closing potential. Where it lacks, though, is its stagger damage and CC output. Of all the melee weapons, it has the least amount of CC, but hey, that's what other weapons are for, right? Generally, these types of weapons for tanking...
And then the other weapon that the warrior has, I think, is the Greatsword.
Burst.
But I think, like, when I play Chrono Odyssey, I'm probably going to play the warrior and combine, like Kanan said, the dual blades with the sword and shield. Now, the Ranger just looked boring to me, unfortunately. Let's check out the Rapier, though.
And man, this is a fun weapon. Rapier actually has the highest DPS of the three weapons at the beta stage of the game from what I've personally seen, but requires you to obviously be melee. This weapon is generally a must-have if you're playing Ranger, namely because both ranged weapons now cost vigor, or your resource, for your basic attack.
Well, I'm not a controller person, and I really don't care about vibration, so to me I don't need vibration as a feedback. I would rather see vibration feedback based on sound. To me, the sound of your character blocking is a much better feedback than my controller vibrating. Plus the controllers, I just don't like controllers. But yeah, the animations in this game don't look great. But again, Chrono Odyssey is like made by it's not a AAA company. It's made by Chrono Studios, which is a good thing, So I don't want to say it's an indie company. I guess it's an indie company. I mean, they're not a AAA studio, so.
Hacks. The Rapier also has a really nice kit that allows it to support the other weapon as the main source of damage, be the main source of damage itself, or be a healthy mix of both. The Rapier, like the crossbow, does have both poison and crit synergies, but the crit synergies really steal the show with this weapon, offering some significant buffs. The single target damage is where the weapon really shines. It does have some AoE, but expect this to be more of a single target juice.
Maybe the view could get blurred when you were hit critically. I don't know. I think. Yeah, I think it's felt by. To me, it's felt by sound. Like, so getting critically hit is like should be like there should be certain sound effects that convey that, you know, and stagger animations. Stagger animations and sound is what really makes, you know, the impactfulness, you know, and that's really why Terra was so good, because Terra, you know, Terra really conveyed impact, right? Yeah.
Hey everyone, bustling city. One of the involving gods and demons.
But anyway, so
than an AoE one. Rapier will also give you more of that in and out narrow hitbox.
I mean, this looks so similar. Like it's all the Korean-based MMOs always look the same. Like they do the same type of damage numbers. Like they use the same font. Like the font always looks the same. The text, it's like the same font, same color. It's always just kind of right over the screen. I'm not a fan of big flashy numbers, to be honest. I mean, I understand why they do it, but I'm not a huge fan. But anyways, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna get to bed. I'll catch you guys later. My cat's meowing at the door, and the sun's coming up, and that's not a good thing for me right now. So I'm out of here. Catch you guys.